I'm Joanna Small, the Public Information Officer for the Commerce City Police Department. It's Monday, June 17th, and these are your weekend high or low lights, depending on how you look at it. It's essentially our video blotter where we give you a rundown of the most significant incidents your CCPD patrol officers responded to over the weekend. But we always like to start off with a few fast facts. We answered 335 calls for service and made 58 traffic stops just on Saturday and Sunday. Now here are those highlights in chronological order. Very early Friday morning, a CCPD patrol officer was proactively patrolling in the 6300 block of Highway 85 when he spotted a truck traveling at a very high rate of speed, driving erratically and dangerously. The truck first attempted to elude officers, but eventually stopped in a driveway. The driver was obviously intoxicated and exited the vehicle. He immediately told officers he'd been drinking. A check of his name also revealed he had a revoked driver's license and was deemed a habitual traffic offender. He is now facing a number of charges ranging from DUI drugs, DUI alcohol, eluding a police officer, to driving after revocation. On Friday afternoon, officers were called to the 7100 block of Niagara Street for a felony menacing. The victim in this case told us he was the suspect in a different felony menacing case from the last week, and that a man he didn't know but whom had been involved in that previous incident parked outside his house for 45 minutes and at one point produced a handgun, then sped off. While he did not know the suspect's name, he did know an address the man was associated with. This incident is still under investigation. On Friday night, officers responded to a disturbance at the Sapp Brothers on East 49th Avenue. The victim was attempting to retrieve his trailer that had been towed by Sapp security, but there was a language barrier. When the trailer was returned, the victim began using his cell phone to document whether there was any damage, and the tow truck driver began assaulting him with a metal pipe while the security guard took his phone because he was recording. Both suspects are facing second-degree assault and armed robbery charges. On Saturday, a CCPD patrol officer proactively conducted a traffic stop at Magnolia and Highway 2 after he spotted a temp tag that expired in 2022 and came back as having no record, meaning it did not exist in our system. The driver had a crystal rock substance in a bag on his person. He admitted it was methamphetamine and handed it over to our officer. A search of the driver and the vehicle revealed more drugs and other items used to produce and distribute drugs. The total weight of narcotics located was nearly 24 grams. That driver is now facing charges for conspiracy to distribute a controlled substance. He also had an outstanding felony warrant for his arrest. Now, you likely saw this next incident posted about on our various social media platforms. Overnight Saturday into Sunday, we were called to what turned out to be a very violent home invasion in the 5300 block of East 64th Avenue. A resident was attacked by an unknown intruder whom he consequently shot and killed. The resident was also seriously injured in that attack. We are looking for any people in the area who may have seen something suspicious around the time this occurred, 2:45 in the morning, to reach out to us at the number that's listed there on your screen. You can always remain anonymous if you prefer. We are continuing to canvass that neighborhood for witnesses and surveillance images. The deceased individual will be identified by the Adams County Coroner's Office. The resident will fortunately recover from his injuries, but this is still a very active investigation. On Sunday afternoon, officers responded to the 10,000 block of Waco Street for a dog attack. An 11-year-old was bit in the head and dragged by a neighbor's dog, resulting in very serious injuries. The dog is being quarantined for 10 days, at which time the owner will have the option to voluntarily surrender the dog or go before a judge who will then make that decision. At this point, the owner has been cited for having a dangerous dog. That's all for now. We'll see you next time. Have a safer week, Commerce City, and remember, if you need us, we are always just minutes away.